Make all the noise for all these poets I had this list so far. In this second round, the poets that will be advancing to the second round in this order are Centel Glow, Nine the Poet, UCJ, Free K, Rob the Grand Organized Designer, and Lady 380.
That's crazy.
It's a hot mic right now,
hot
y'all.
Mic.
It's a hot mic right now.
Hot
so
mic.
This, I like to call this the rapid fire round. I will not be announcing scores in between. Build up the anticipation, all right? And it's gonna be a fun time. So those points are gonna go in that order. Audience, are you ready to get the second round started? We got one person that remembered what to do.
Yeah,
And
one person.
That one person is so smart. I'm gonna bring him up here. Oh, you said it too? One of those two people are so smart, I'm gonna bring him up here to be the sacrificial poet for this second round. Judges, y'all need to be recalibrated, okay? So, are you ready for your next poet?
Bring them up, bring them up, bring them up.
Make some noise for Braylon, the motivation.
Let's go, Braylon.
Do Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
All the time.
To who? Tell y'all a couple of short stories. In the Windy City, Tyshawn Lee got lured in the alley, killed by a grown man just to retaliate on his daddy. He was 9 years old. He could have had a future ahead. Now it's just a stain on the concrete where the little boy bled. In the city of Compton, full of the Bloods and Crips, 1-year-old Autumn Johnson got shot in her crib. Gang related before her first word. They took God's child. All her mama left with now is memories of her smile. In the ATL, a hit got ordered from the chain gang. They executed Kendarius in 9 months like he gangbanged. His daddy broke the G code, revenge don't take all day. The last lullaby he heard was the song Gunshots Made. In the county of Dade, Takia Fulton got sprayed. Her car riddled up with holes on the ground, her 3 kids laid. 4 shot, 3 dead, only the 12-year-old lived. Baby daddy heartbroken, now he on his way to the pen. When do Black Lives Matter? This intersection in Seattle, a gang-fueled climax. A car pulled to a stop, and a gun muzzle flash. 1-year-old Malia Grant got cut down like a tree. No wonder why they made it legal in Washington to smoke weed. In Camden, Jersey, 8-year-old Gabby got domed. Her only crime was riding her bike a block from her home. How many tears of sorrow can our black moms cry, filled with false hope? 2 days later, she died. In Ferguson, Missouri, Jamila Bowden got killed in her bed. A 9-year-old doing her homework got shot in the head. Ironic, this the hometown of the late Michael Brown. Because of retaliation, they do drive-up funerals now. In Houston, Amira Fielder was a murder-suicide. Y'all might remember that. Pop shot her than himself because he got all tender at night. His baby mama moved on and moved in with her new dude. So why you kill your daughter, my nigga? What that baby do? In Anchorage, Alaska, Elijah Zeller got dropped off in emergency. Gunshot wounds to his chest. The driver left in urgency. He died a few hours later. The truth is only debate. Then somebody died each night for the next 2 days. In Knoxville, Tennessee, Jawan Latham got peeled at an event for his big cousin that had just got killed. A 12-year-old's thoughts got left on the basketball court. The wound still fresh from death, another life cut short. In Cleveland, Ohio, Major Howard body got hit. A 3-year-old shot dead like he wasn't worth shit. The intended target was a former member of Bloods. He forgot that beef don't die until that beef be done. In the Bronx, Anthony Hennis got shot down in a stroller. Barely made a year old, but he done make a day older. One last bit of info I think we all should know. More blacks got killed in 1 year than got lynched in Jim Crow. When do Black Lives matter? If they don't matter to cops, but do they matter to us? Then when they killing's gonna stop? We've been filled with self-hate through all these years of aggression. How many babies gonna get snuffed out before we learn that lesson? When do Black Lives Matter? They call us thugs and killers. Change can come from within, but we gotta look in the mirror. These people hate on what they fear and our black culture they lust. They ain't gonna never ever love us. So now the change is on us. That was Braylon the Motivation. Make some noise for that poet. Judges, let's get this test run in. Can I get scores for Braylon the Motivation in 3, 2, 1. Put them up. All right. From
Okay, they
below.
feeling good. They feeling good.
They visited Bex in the back.
Oh yeah,
They got Bex in the back.
From low to high. I have a 9.0,
Yeah.
9.1, 9.5,
Oh,
9.7, and a 10.
They ready.
For that poet. All right. I want to say this. So we got the second round going. There's a bunch of great, dope-ass poets in the first round. How many of you feel like you found your favorite of the night? A couple of you? A few of you? How many of y'all are still undecided? A couple more? How many of y'all don't give a fuck about who in that shit? Oh, okay. I don't know. Y'all wasn't making noise for that shit. Well, listen. The second round, I like to say here is a time to pick your new favorite poet. Okay? That's for the audience. That's for the judges. Okay? You don't know what's gonna happen. This is a clean round. This is a new round. So give them the judges the scores that they deserve off the merit of the poem. Give them the energy that they deserve off the merit of the poem. Yeah? Are you ready for the first poet of this second round?
Bring them up.
We're clapping. We're building energy. Make all the noise for Chantel.
That one.
See, I be questioning myself. Like, sis, why are you like this? Cause see, I be dumb and hopeful, freely kissing frogs, as if under the slimy skin of orcs lies a prince awaiting, and maybe, just maybe, he'll soon whisk me away to a palace. But before you know it, I'm sliding down rabbit holes like Alice.
Yeah.
Cause see, I ain't know if I was the one doing the tricking, or if I was the one getting played. Cause here I am digging a deeper well within my pockets, buying his erections, all while our souls are intertwined and twisted up and entangled, and before you know it, I'm stuck, and I can't seem to get free. See, apparently, I've been doing this all wrong. I know I need to go, and my feet are hurting, but y'all, I just can't seem to leave. Cause see, I knew I was using him for a good lay, because I knew, baby, his time was well worth it. The way that he executed those strategies and planted his hands on my body, baby. He knew his way around. But see, I stayed too long, messed around and fell in love like a fool. But see, there's this thing called love. I often get it confused with another known as lust, until I realized that these two were incomparable. Finding myself glued to the seat as I read through scripture after scripture, trying to find sense in these parables.
Yeah.
Cause see, I was she, that woman at the well, who had multiple husbands.
Yeah.
But I was just used off to name a few. Because it all started with the innocent desire to be held, a longing for affection, a lonely soul on a quest searching for a hug. See, I was girl interrupted, in need of love and desperate need of my daddy's touch.
Yeah.
So my tank remained empty due to endless scavenger hunts and hiding go seeking between sheets. See them, they were playing for a prize, but me, I was always playing for keeps. Gave up my all, gave up everything in hopes of it being reciprocated, but I wasn't even given a fraction. not even a fraction of what I gave out in return, and it left me broken. So here I am, sitting at this well, forcing a smile up on my face, but in disgrace I sit alone crying silently on the inside with these deep stains from these harsh tears in exchange for rosy red cheeks. I sit here torn into pieces, this heart breathing on my this shit is barely even there, but I'm tired of being the only one in this marathon. Being the only one in this race. I'm so through with it, all these losers, the fakes, the cheaters, liars, and the snakes. But I'm trying to hold it together as he's telling me about this drink that it is sure to quench my thirst and sure to complete me. And I see love in his eyes in the manner that he speaks this beautiful love. But I'm reluctant because I don't even know if his love can revive me. And I'm just like, the more that I sit there, the more that I begin to see me. The more that I sit at his feet, the longer that I begin to be reminded of who I am in him. And I'm just like, is this a dream? Or is it reality? Have I finally found someone?
Come on, girl. Come on, girl.
Really loves me.
You better go.
That was Centel Glow. Make some noise for that poet. Okay, real quick before we go to the next poet, I do want to say that Right About Now does shows every Tuesday here at Rutgers, and we also do our shows on Wednesday, which are our staple show. We run an open mic every Wednesday at Right About Now. Make some noise if you've been to Right About Now Wednesday nights before. Yeah. It's a really good time. It's an open mic, so a lot more poets get an opportunity to get on the list. If you showed up thinking you was about to get on here, I'm so sorry to disappoint you. But tomorrow you can get on that list. It is an open mic, and you can do your damn thug thizzle. All right. And also, Anno, make some noise one time. Anno will be the feature tomorrow night. Anno is I just like to put people on that show me love and have a really good heart from what I can see from people. You know what I mean? And Anno has been one of those people that, since he came into this space, showed nothing but love, gave nothing but good energy and good vibes to it. And I always say, fuck a poem, give me a good person. You know what I'm talking about? And that's who that is. So we looking forward to him tomorrow. And he's a good poet too. Are you ready for the next poet?
Bring him up.
See, I already told y'all that we ain't doing the scores this round. We keeping it a secret, and we gonna reveal that shit at the end.
You gotta ask them for it.
Let me do it. On the count of three, we're gonna say bad host. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck you.
All right, take it easy. Y'all two about to get kicked out. All right. Judges, can I get scores for Centel Glow in 3, 2, 1? Put them up. That boy now was yelling at me just now. Shit was crazy. From low to high, I have a 9.0, 9.9, 9.0, 9.0, 9.4,
Let's go.
9.7,
Yeah.
and a 9.9.
Yeah.
Make some noise for that poet. And we're clapping, keep clapping. Give all that energy to 9, the poet. It be shit I really shouldn't do for real. She tell me come through, my stupid ass come through for real. And I know about you. You tell me to pull up and I come through. For real. I'm hooked. For real. If the best pussy has the worst attitude, then you rude. For real. Bitch, you shrewd. For real. And I must be a fool, cause you my boo, cause you cuss me out and I knew, for real. I'm cooked, fried. It be heaven between her thighs, but it be hell up in her eyes. I tell you no lies, acquired taste is a vibe. And like crawfish, I be eating that shit up, for real. Fuck is wrong with me? As far away from her as where I should be, but that's too far. And her leaving me the fuck alone, well, that's too hard. I done lost friends, lost jobs, fucked up, scarred, toxic as fuck for you, worked on my flaws and accepted your flaws, it's cool. I'm tripping, walking around with this sad look and you did it. Bitches. SMH, shake my head. I text you W.A.N, my stupid ass get left on red. You text me W.A.N and bitch, you in my bed, weak nigga for real. Not good enough to be with you, but good enough to sleep with you. Late night creep with you, all in the streets with you. But let another chick speak and they gotta deal with you. Hot nigga, you a cold killer, I'm trying to chill with you. Oh, stealing, lying, cheating ass bitch and still, I wanna be with you for real. Shit's intense, and TBH, it don't make sense. Why am I so head over heels with my stupid ass? All I can think about is her, with her yeah, with the yeah, for real. And then shit I really shouldn't do for real. Little throw, little action wanna chill with me, and I'm always riding you for real. Bitch, even if I'm the one riding you for real.
Okay. For real. For real.
That was Nine, the poet. Make some noise for that poet one time. Judges, can I get scores for Nine, the poet in 3, 2, 1. Put them up, put them up, put them up.
For real.
From low to high, I have a 9.0, 9.1, 9.3, 9.6, and a 9.7. Make some noise for that poet. So next Tuesday here at Rutgers, we are same time, same place. We are doing our next Bars Fest. Make some noise for Bars Fest. Some of y'all know what that is. If you do not know what Bars Fest is, it is a versus poetry show, right? So you got there's 3 sets of poets that are going head to head, and they go for 3 rounds each, and the winner of best out of the 3 get bragging rights, and it's something different. If you like battle rap, you would like this shit. It's crazy. Battle rap poetry. I don't know. It works. Check it out. That's next Tuesday here. And in preparation for that, we're starting a live podcast. We're starting a live podcast show on Thursdays, or this Thursday before Bars Fest to talk to the poets, to talk to the poets that are in that competition. So if you want to check that out, we have details for that on our website. So check that out, check that out, check that out. Audience, are you ready for the next poet?
Bring him up, bring him up, bring him up.
We're clapping, we're building energy, making all the noise for UCJ.
Let's go! That thing.
It's ironic I'm a poet. I was not the greatest pupil in school. I actually hated English, math kind of guy. Talked out of turn, and you couldn't get me to adhere to the rules, and I knew I needed some type of help, but in public school, there's no counselors or tutors. And I couldn't be present in the classroom because life had bigger lessons for me to consume, so for one last project, let me prove to be an advantageous student. As I brainstorm my suicide letter before I jump to my conclusion. And this decision is not an essay. It's not easy. Sometimes I'm dyslexic when I speak. Introductions of my disadvantages have transitioned me to become bleak, and there's no support in my aid, so I just suppress my problems underneath. And I'm perplexed by this topic that I'm not equipped with what I need. A rash decision can have my body outlined, causing my loved ones to grieve, and I don't know what my life is headed. And that's due to a weak thesis, and I was really eager and curious. It came off as disobedience, so now I lack self-expression, and I raise my hand just to speak like teacher. Please pick me. These questions are confusing and complex, further creating anxiety and stress because the scantron of my brain says I have a chemical imbalance and I'm trying to keep up. Like you say, I'm just not as smart as the rest, because question 1 is most daunting, and it asks me what will be my cause of death. A, bullet to the head. B, noose around the neck. C, I overdose on pills. D, I'll slit my wrist. And E, either way, all of the above can cause my life to end. And question 2 is contradictory, and it asks is true or false? Is suicide a selfish choice? Truly, they never noticed or cared that I was off. False, I don't know how to fill these voids, and I'm a burden to those I love. Life will be easiest if I'm gone selfless or selfish. Both of those options feel wrong, and I can't leave blank. Because then it gets graded as incorrect, and I always make these fucking mistakes. See, I'm just a failure. At best, I failed my family. I failed myself. I failed my friends, and I'm failing this test. And I'm doing all the damn work alone that started out as a group project. They hung me out to dry when they committed suicide and decided to call it a quits. And I'm dealing with the world's expectation and my tanking mental health. And I'm slightly jealous of their decision because they got to escape their mental health. So what do I do? I just want the Lord in my favor. In this passage is most dire, not to be performed or graded, but more so judged by others' perception of my life interpretation. And I'm hard on myself when life was already hard enough. I never learned my place because I talk out of turn, and I'm trying to adhere to the rules because I'm desperate to learn how to give myself grace, something society has never done, because I can become a better student by staying longer after class, being present in that room, noting all emotions that I have, studying on my off time, eliminating distractions, speak out when I need help, giving everything that I got, using every fucking resource. So maybe I can pass. So this is a brainstorming session. Will ultimately be my last poem.
Let's go, bro.
That was UCJ doing a poem. Make some noise for that poem one time. Judges, can I get scores for UCJ in 3, 2, 1? Put them up, put them up. All right. From low to high, I have a 9.0. I'm sorry, I have an 8.0, a 9.0, a 9.0, 9.2, and a 9.7. Make some noise for that poem one time. What's up, bro?
That was a 9. It was 2 9s.
I said 2 9, sir.
You said an 8.
Fight!
We just getting the scores right.
Woo! Well, escort you, Zach.
Audience, are you ready for the next poet?
Bring him up!
We're clapping, we're building energy, making all the noise for free.
Cause I'm free, baby.
I don't like conversations that force me to breathe differently. Have you ever tried to breathe life into something and lost your own in the process? This poem is for everyone that forgets to breathe. On the count of 3, let's inhale together. 1, 2, 3, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. They tell me to breathe life into this poem. Put everything inside my body onto the page. Don't be afraid to be honest. Exhale. And honestly, I'm not really sure what that means. Inhale. Circling CO2 negative winds on my chest, so now I'm known as a shit talker. Voice box into categories. Exhale. This type of oxygen be fire bending. Bending the idea of conversation norms that bring up smoke screens. Inhale, how am I supposed to breathe when the air in the room is not made for me? But baby, I inadvertently made myself an outcast. Breathing has always been difficult. Exhale. I remember the first time I had an asthma attack. My body fought me. It threw its dukes up and said that we need a break from breathing. My lungs dropped to my hips. I lost my sight. My legs buckled that day. And let's just say I haven't really stood upright since until I made poetry my lungs and words my heart. A circulatory system designed for my healing, pumping the trauma out of my bloodstream, filtering the failure through the pharynx with each stage, with each step, with each breath. But now, my lungs are collapsing. I don't know CPR. I can't predict reaction. Inhale, how do I make this poem come alive for you when you're already dead inside? Nor are you looking to get back in touch with who you are. Rather breathe in smog than take in this truth dead in front of you, all around you. Exhale. This poem should be heavy. But I don't really like heavy breathing. I get faint. I feel winded. My pipes seem rusty. These hard gulps remind me of that time that I almost drowned. And some feel like inhale pressure on my diaphragm being dragged away. It reminds me of the sea of people and how I never know if the compliments are here to keep me afloat. Drag me away from my greatness. Keep me complacent. Exhale, how am I supposed to breathe when I'm down on bended knee? My back is cracked. So it's pressed to the back. I'm gasping for your understanding. I'm gasping through the parallel vertical L's. My larynx to finally be open. I'm gasping for air. I had to hold my breath, clasp my chest. The moment a random bystander told me to breathe life into something I had already flatlined to give. Exasperating my mental so you can say that you felt something for a few seconds. Everybody wants to talk about breathing life. Well, treat my words like albuterol. That just another L for you to take this poem. And for everybody who forgets that breathing isn't always involuntary. Sometimes you have to try. Sometimes the amount of carbon isn't compatible. What if I want to breathe death into my poems? Let every poem mean a broken funeral of a dead habit. Pull away from the shock until finally I'll be able to exhale peacefully. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale.
Come on!
Let's go, Free!
Free.K, make some noise for the poet. Judges, can I get a score for Free.K in 3, 2, 1? Put them up, put them up, put them up. All right, from low to high. I have a 9.6, 9.7, 9.9, a 10, and a 10. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. We have a 10 and a 100. That rounds down to a 10.
I was going to say
All
you
right,
missed
all
that
right.
100.
Before we move to the next poet, Black Swan, wave your hand real quick. Black Swan's going to be featuring at our show in New Orleans, Louisiana. That is this Saturday at Cafe Istanbul. It is almost sold out. If you plan to be in New Orleans this weekend, you might want to come check this shit out.
Road trip!
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for the next poet?
Bring him up! Bring him up! Bring him up!
We're clapping. We're building energy for Rob, the grand organized designer.
Let's go, Rob! The God! He about to rob some poets.
I just got talking about the Negro. Now let's talk about this Negro. And where do I start? As I'm on my race, on the chase of a high, wondering, when did I even start to become this guy? In need of a Dutch and a blunt smoke in my eye, because when I'm sober, it's like the 31st of October. Scary thoughts playing over and over. Nigga, you gon' fail. You ain't working hard enough. Oh, you nervous? They gon' tell. You ain't ready to man up. Sit down, little boy. Play with your toys, because you ain't ready to stand up. Come on. As those thoughts beat my head up, I proceed to get my bread up. But I still want him to shut up, because I'm simply fed up, so I hit up that plug. Grab a few nugs, you know that 3-5 for a dub. Yeah, pop a squat at the table to break down and roll up. Flickering silence like the opposite end of where I... Find to release out my brain cell. Might cost a couple brain cells, because you know, shit ain't free. But I'm finally free out that mental brain hill. Now all I can think about is what type of food on that goddamn shelf. Can a pair to me talking to myself through my cell? Are we living in a simulation? Shit, I can't tell, but I ain't tripping because all is well. I proceed to grab my pen and pad to express myself. This poem I'm here to tell about my addictions. The impulsive feeling that I need a fixin'. I wish this was fiction. The urge you smoke to relieve my tensions. Addiction. The impulsive decision to help those who need fixing. One call, I'm up in an instant. But when it come to my damage, my handy tools seem to go missing. Addiction. To get money and flip it. Say I won't spend it till I see that plug. Gotta run and get the digits, cause running out of gas, I can't seem to risk it. Addiction. To being a man I am. Strong, smart, always have a plan, but discipline and commitment seem like two topics I could never understand. Addiction. To being on stage, just spitting the truth to the old and the youth, expecting them to listen, but outside the booth, I show no proof by the actions I've been living. Addiction. To seeing the greatness in me. Action taking, goal making, I'm ready to be, but distractions and temptations keep a hold of me. Stopping me down the path I was chose to be. My addictions. But all that shit coming to an ending. No longer will I be a walking contradiction. If y'all want to follow my journey, rob the grand organizer, time to rob the Godfather.
Yeah, Rob! Let's go, Rob!
Make some noise for Rob the God. Judges, can I get scores for Rob the God in 3, 2, 1? Put them up, put them up, put them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yo, 5. Scores up from low to high. Audience, let us know how you feel. We have a 8.7, 8.9, 9.0, 9.2, and a 9.3.
Let's go, Rob!
Make some noise for that poet. All right. We're here. This is the last poet of this poetry slam. Audience, are you ready for the last poet of this poetry slam?
Bring him up, bring him up, bring him up!
We're clapping, we're building all the energy, show all the love to Lady 380.
Let's go, 380.
Let's go, 380. You already know.
I know a demon when I see it. Ever since I was 10, I can recall rumbling with this beach. May have been my entire life unbeknownst to me, but when I was 10, I can recall blowing up my big mama's phone looking for him, my best friend, the one that I believed in when no one else trusted him because he was too consumed by gin. I often wondered if that was the woman that he cheated on my mother with. That bumpy-faced bitch must have broken up our happy home. He wasn't the same when she was with him. She had poisoned him. See, Jen didn't quite take away my father's voice, but she definitely impaired his speech. I could only make out every other word as the curse is slurred between his teeth. And they say, girls always find men like their fathers. Now I'm blowing up my man's phone, begging him to come home, but he's too bothered by me, too busy for my worry, unable to speak or think clearly, and he swears he's not cheating, but I know a demon when I see it. Thought I had escaped this path when my dad went cold turkey. But that demon must have shape-shifted into Thunderbird. So I guess I'm barking up the wrong tree when I ask you to lay off the Mad Dog 2020. It's guarding you like territory. Got you in a chokehold like a noose. Sky be great goose, and no matter how many tears I cry, they could never be enough to replenish you. But I see the way you move around that bitch margarita. Hell yeah, I'm salty.
Maybe I should hit up her brother Don Julio and let him slide down my throat and fuck me up. Or maybe I should hit up my sugar daddy, Uncle Nearest, and let him make us mark, you know, the old-fashioned way, and it wouldn't be shit. You would be able to Hennessy or Hennessy. As I invite others into our bedroom, pull up to the casa with Migos, let them sneak up on me right in front of you. You ain't the only one with a roster. Brandy, Jim Beam, Johnny Walker been waiting for me to pull them off the shelf. And you know they known for snatching souls, so if you want to go low, we can take it to hell. Because after all, what the fuck is a demon to the devil herself? And I know we all have our vices, whether it's wake and bake or tequila when the sun rises, and I'm not here to pass judgment. I just want my best friend to make better decisions, you know? I just want my blood wiser. But you tell me it's your life, and I should let you live it. But I've seen this demon bring death and unsurmountable unhappy endings, so forgive me if I love you too much. But my fears, I can't hide them. I know a demon when I see it, and I just pray that your spirit is strong enough to fight it. Thank you, 380.
Let's go, 380!
Get it right.
Make some noise for that poet one time. Judges, this is the last time you will be asked to do this all night. Can I get judge scores for Lady 380 in 3, 2, 1? Put them up, put them up, put them up. From low to high. We have a 9.3.
Boo!
A 9.9.
Let's go!
A 10. A 10. And a 10.
Damn!
Make some noise for that poet.
Woo!
Make some noise for every poet that touched the stage.
Yeah!
Make some noise for yourself. Yeah. All right. Before we announce scores, we got to do some calculations. And while my great guy over here, scorekeeper, timekeeper, Chiefy Kid, that calculates that. Make some noise, Chief, one time. Yeah. I wanna share just a little bit with you guys. So in my life, when I first came into poetry, I started teaching at some point. I started teaching spoken word and poetry in schools. And in that experience of teaching, you gotta learn a lot. And one of those people whose art I've learned, whose art I've studied and taken in, her name was Aziza Barnes. Aziza Barnes. Incredible poet. Been doing this for a really long time. And I found out a couple days ago that Aziza Barnes died in the middle of December last year. And she was 32. She was my age. And so, I just wanted to hold a moment of silence for this incredible poet in person real quick. Inside the lens of a camera is something called an aperture. Its purpose is to let light into the sensor. This is much like the human eye. Beneath the iris is the pupil, and it dilates in the darkness. This fascinates me, how adaptable the human body can be, how we are designed to see even in the darkest places. And I wonder if this applies to things unseen by the human eye. Like when depression cloaks the mind in the dark, what if the heart starts to dilate, opening up its aperture, snapshot everything into a thought brighter than it used to be, boosting the saturation, pumping up the exposure, pushing back the shadows, and letting the highlights illuminate the memories. It would be so nice if the brain could process like a light room. But this is not how it works. Brain chemistry can't compound into such a clean comparison, can't morph the mind into a metaphor neat enough to fold inside the consciousness of every person who thinks mental illness is a joke. I never thought it was a joke, but when my best friend opened up to me about her anxiety, I said, hey yo, maybe you need to look at better ways to relax. I didn't know how unhelpful this was until the panic attack took my breath away. And herein lies the problem. We don't know what we are talking about until we feel what it feels like the most universal of experiences are also the most subjective ones. Like, how do we all feel emotional pain, yet it is still so difficult to explain? Even for me, the poet, whose purpose is to take big concepts and make them more concrete. And here is the part when I bring back that metaphor about the aperture opening up, letting in the light, so you can finally see what I'm saying. But some of y'all still won't understand how this poem has never been about anxiety or depression or any isolated emotion for that matter, but rather the sum of all of these feelings and how hard they are to talk about, and how even when we find the words to say how we feel, there's a person out there that won't believe it is real. A gaslight in a chamber is causing combustion, and you wonder why so many people are out of their minds, why so many people blow out their minds. And I know correlation is not causation, but a rising suicide rate that has to say something about a society who thinks empathy is only as deep as aesthetics. And here is where the imagery falls apart, because we are in the dark and our eyes are wide the fuck open, but not the heart. Not the heart. Not the heart. When will we start letting in the light? Make some noise, make some noise, make some noise! Can I get all the poets who competed in the slam onto this stage? Can I get all the poets who competed in the slam on to this stage? We're gonna announce some winners here. Yeah. Make some noise for these poets as they come up here. They put their heart into this shit. That boy Ken Jones is upset. All right, in my hand, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know why I have 7.
That's for me.
That's my tip, goddamn. That's my tip.
That's for the fact.
All right. In third place. Y'all ready to find out who won this shit? In third place, with the score of a 56.3. We're clapping. We're building energy. Make all the noise for Sintel.
Sintel Glow!
Ladies night tonight.
Sintel, is this your first time placing in Poetry Slam? Make some noise for that. In second place,
Ladies night.
with a cumulative score of 57.8. We're clapping. We're building energy. Give it up for Lady 3A. Listen, I could not make her ask a prompt. I came with the poem, goddamn. Came with the poem and the person. All right. And in first place, with the total score of a 58.7. Give it up for Free.
Come see the show tomorrow. I'm hosting and those features.
Yeah!
Thank y'all for having me.
Give it up for all these poets on this stage tonight.
Amazing!
Thank you all for coming.
Wow!
Thank you, Bex in the back on the drinks. Thank you, DJ Getting Ready. Thank you, Amir Saba and UCJ on the camera. Thank you, Chief McKenna on the scorekeeper. I'm Zach Blunt. Y'all have a fantastic night. Appreciate you, dog.
Rarity already won
Hey,
this
to the
week.
couple that gave me a 7.3, I hope y'all catch a flight on the way home.
That's what it's at.
Mike, you know what my accountant is about to do to me? You're gonna be like,
Stop me. What am I gonna do to get that $100 bill?
third place in the slam next time.